Okay, let's start with something basic. There are 5 enemy types in Assassin's Creed Unity: the Watchers, the Soldiers, Seekers, Brutes, and Defenders. So let's just ignore the diamond levels for now. So if you dig through the database of the game, you can find that the Watchers have low health, Soldiers have low to medium health, Seekers medium health, Brutes high health, Defenders have very high health. And that's not me paraphrasing, that's literally what's inside the database, right? So from another website I got the confirmation that Watchers appear at level 2 and level 4, Soldiers level 2 to 4, but they start to parry at 3, so it's safe to assume that level 3 and 4 of Soldiers are medium health. Seekers range from 3 to 5, Brutes 2 to 5, Defenders 3 to 5, right? So taking this into account, let's say that low health has 1, medium 2, high 3, very high 4. And every time they increase a level, we will multiply it by 1.5, except for level 5, which we will increase it by 2, alright? So I'm going to list down all the levels and the health they should have based on the calculations on the screen, so I don't want to say all of that. Okay, so based on the calculation, you can tell that the Phantom Blade or the player's damage cannot hit the 20.25 health mark, explaining why we can't quick shot level 5 Brutes and level 5 Defenders, right? But level 4 is still possible, and level 5 Seekers are also, possible. Now, I tested this in the co-op mission, Moving Mirable, and I tested it like 3-5 times, something like that. But basically I had the Arnold's Taylor outfit, the original outfit, 3 hypotheses, which I will go through really quickly because I don't want to spend so much time on this. But basically the first hypothesis is like the additional damage modifier in Arnold's braces, the hidden blade, would affect the damage. And I'm not gonna say that it's a fail, but it actually did reduce the damage, but not by a lot. So that's not quite a fail, but it's not a noticeable fail because I was still able to quick shot level 4 Watchers, level 4 Soldiers, and level 5 Seekers. So yeah, it's not really a fail. So the second hypothesis is the one that's very likely and the most successful one, I would say. It's basically that all the damage in the equipments, armor and weapons, they stack up and affect the Phantom Blade's damage as well. Alright, this includes the swords and the pistols, or whatever you're using at the time. So my second hypothesis, I tried it with Arno using the weakest sword, the weakest pistol, and the weakest bracers, whereas everything else is just the Taylor outfit, right? So like Taylor hood, Taylor chest, whatever. Now he's only able to kill the Watchers, the level 4 Watchers and level 4 Soldiers. He cannot kill the level 5 Seekers. So that means it's proven, right? The damage actually affects the Phantom Blade's damage. So, that's that. So hypothesis 3, okay, this is a stupid one. I just basically thought that the range stats would affect the damage, and well, it didn't, so let's just glance over that one. Okay, so now that the 3 hypotheses are mentioned, I basically took the second hypothesis and I expanded more on that. I wanted to have definite proof that this is actually the case. What I did was I changed Arno to use, he was still using the weakest sword, the weakest pistol and the weakest bracers, except this time he's wearing the legendary Sans-Culottes, don't know how to pronounce that, outfit, which is basically the stealth outfit, except for the bracers, of course. And I'm trying to prove that the damage is affected by the equipment and weapons, right? Surely enough, Arno was still able to only quick shot Watchers and Soldiers, the level 4 Watchers and level 4 Soldiers, and not the level 5 Seekers. So his damage is pretty much the same as hypothesis 2. And then I expanded it one more time. I wanted to test it out one more time. So I tested it out with Arno wearing his original outfit, except for the legendary Prowler Bracers, which has a 17% additional damage upgrade, and Schiavona, one of the best swords with 25% additional damage, gold-plated pistol, additional 25% damage, right? So at the moment I did that, I saw the melee bar reach max, so I don't think we can increase anymore, right? Now he is able to quick shot the level 4 watchers, level 4 soldiers, and level 5 seekers. So pretty much it just proves that damage in equipment and weapons affect the Phantom Blade's quick shots, the damage, right? This also explains why he can't shoot the level 5 brutes and defenders. Okay, so what about the numbers I mentioned earlier, the health, right? So basically what I did was, from my videos, from my experimentation, I pretty much estimated the Phantom Blade's normal damage, which turned out to be 10.412. That's the default original outfit damage, 10.412. And that includes, no, that does not include the original bracers, which has a 1% additional damage, because I needed the starting point first, right? And in the second hypothesis, I calculated that the Phantom Blade's damage was 10.5, explaining why he still can't kill the level 5 seekers, because it didn't match the health. It was 10.5, whereas the level 5 seekers had 13.5 health. So clearly the seekers had more health. So the first expansion, the damage was still the same because the other equipments, the hood and stuff, didn't affect the damage, right? Then after that, the second expansion with the Schiavona and gold-plated pistol and such, the damage increased to 18.325, so clearly it's already over the level 5 seeker's health, so 13.5, it's already past that. But it's still not to the level of the level 5 brutes and level 5 defenders, right? So the conclusion is basically that the total damage of the equipment and weapons affect the Phantom Blade damage, thus the quick shots. So that's for my experimentation. What about Leo's videos? So what I did was, I replayed the mission he played, which was the Fall of Robespierre. I replayed that, I checked the levels of the enemies, I checked his weapons, his equipments in his video. So it matches up, it matches exactly as my conclusion. So in the mission, he showed level 4 brutes and level 4 soldiers, level 4 defenders even, but the seekers were level 5. But remember, the seekers have lower health than the brutes and defenders. So what I basically did was, I checked his video, I checked my conclusions, and what I found out was, towards the end, I mean, you can pretty much take that and explain like most of the video, but towards the end he tried it out on the level 5 seekers. What he didn't do was, he didn't switch out his Arno's pistol, and Arno's pistol is like, I think, one of the highest pistols in the game, and he has more damage obviously, and if JC is to be trusted, Leo upgraded the Arno's pistol as well, giving it an additional 25%. But before that, let's just go with what he has right now. So right now he has the original outfit, the weakest sword, the weakest bracers, but he has Arno's pistol, right? What I did, because it wasn't shown in his video whether it's upgraded or not, so what I basically did was, I found another video on YouTube. I took screenshots, I calculated the pixels, I got the whole bar for the damage is like 179 pixels long, estimated, and the normal pistol has about 23 pixels, whereas the Arnold's pistol has 68 pixels, so that's a 295% increase. And obviously I'm not going to multiply 10.412 by 285%. That's ridiculous, and it doesn't make sense. So what I did was I took 68 over 179 times 100 minus 23 over 179 times 100, so it gives us about 25%. So I took 10.412 and I multiplied it by 25%, it gives us 13.015 damage, right? Still not enough to take down the level 5 seekers, sure. And just like I said before, if JC is to be trusted, Leo upgraded his pistol as well, so that gives us another 25% increase because of the modifier. It makes his damage 16.27, already higher than the level 5 seeker's health. So the diamond levels of the enemies matter, your equipment and weapons matter. So to clear up, it basically, there's nothing wrong, right? There's nothing wrong. You tested it, Leo, Leo, friend, you tested it on the level 4 brutes, level 4 soldiers, level 4 watchers, level 5 seekers, right? You tested it out on that. If what I'm saying, what I'm suggesting is 100% correct, you should not be able to, with your current build, basically, you should not be able to quickshot level 5 brutes or level 5 defenders. These are the only two that you can't, except for headshots, of course. But you know, we're talking about quickshots. So you know, that's that. I gave you all the information, right? That's the end. We solved it. Alright. Thank you. So I know I said it's over, but while I was editing it, I realized that the level 4 defender's health was higher than the Phantom Blade's damage, which shouldn't add up. I must have did something wrong. But maybe you can look past that and just look at everything else, because that was it's the one small thing that can destroy this whole conclusion, basically. But I don't know, just try and look past that. Thank you.